Oh my God. The NBA draft lottery just happened, and my Minnesota Timberwolves have just won the NBA lottery. If you've not seen it, we have won it. We have won it. And good things are going to come. So let's just hop in. Let's just hop into this video, and let me tell you my quick little lottery mock draft. Okay, the rest of the stuff has not been set. I have a bunch of other drafts, but now that we have the official, you'll be seeing a lot of these. Okay, let's hop in. With the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves will select Anthony Edwards to be the third fiddle who could immediately contribute to a team, which is the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is, I already said Minnesota, Anthony Edwards, either way. So Anthony Edwards is a perfect selection, dude, for them, because D'Lo, and the problem is you're going to be scared that he can't make it on defense, because Anthony Edwards is like Andrew Wiggins in the sense that they have an amazing physical profile, perfect physical profile to be an elite NBA defender, though while they're in college, they both had defensive laps. So the floor with Anthony Edwards is being a Andrew Wiggins type player. The ceiling with Anthony Edwards is he's a 6'5", who's going to be a all-NBA player because he's amazing at defense and offense, who can immediately contribute to a team who can maybe help them be a playoff team next year. Though, don't be shocked. Do not be shocked. I say right now, do not be shocked if you see the Minnesota Timberwolves draft James Wiseman and move Karl Anthony Towns to the power forward position. That would be interesting, because then Karl Anthony Towns would play an Anthony Davis type role and destroy power forwards, which we all would love to see. And he would have James Wiseman just having fools just get taken to town down low. But I think Anthony Edwards is a perfect fit next to D'Angelo Russell. They need wing presence. They don't really have scoring outside of Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, so best pick is Anthony Edwards. Now with the Warriors, with the second pick, everyone's going to go, who's a Warriors fan? We don't need a center. We got Marquise Chris and Kevon Looney, a great center community. All right, listen to this. You guys have them up for one more year under contract. That's great. You got one more year for them under contract. So James Wiseman won't be pressured to immediately start. He won't be pressured. James Wiseman will be able to take time and develop like he needs to. The next pick. James Wiseman is the next pick in this draft. He's the next pick because, look, the Warriors will have an all-star in his second season. His first season, he won't need to immediately contribute. He'll learn how to be an NBA player. He'll learn how to play. He'll learn how to develop. He'll work on his fundamental skills. He'll get back into basketball shape. And then he'll be able to play in his second season when those guys go into free agency. They don't have to spend the money to keep him here. They'll be able to bring in James Wiseman, who will be on a rookie deal, and immediately put him next to either Eric Pascal, have Draymond Green maybe back him up, or play power forward, Eric Pascal, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry, and James Wiseman. Boom, great lineup. The Charlotte Hornets, you're like, they have Devontae Graham. And look, I go to KU. I'm right now in Lawrence. I literally could throw a football out my window and hit the University of Kansas football stadium. Devontae Graham might go to the highest bidder. And that could be the Charlotte Hornets. And you could run a team that has Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier, and LaMelo Ball. The Hornets need star power. They need people to buy tickets. They need people to watch their games. LaMelo Ball will have a shit ton of people. He'll have that Zion effect. A shit ton of people are going to buy tickets. A shit ton of people are going to watch games. They're going to have a lot of nationally televised games. They're going to be transcendent. And I think LaMelo is going to be a higher player than Lonzo. And it's just going to be so interesting seeing a player of that caliber go to a team like the Charlotte Hornets, where he could literally change the culture there. He will be pushed by Michael Jordan. He would love to play in Charlotte because he'll be under the tutelage of Michael Jordan, in a sense. So, the Hornets take LaMelo Ball. Chicago, my boys, my roommates, all three of them are from Oak Park, Chicago, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. So they just jizzed their pants when they got the fourth pick. And I told them they are going to get Denny Avita, the best Euro player to come out since Luka Doncic. And with that being said, Denny Avita is the next coming, like, his floor is 2008 Hito Turkoglu. That's his floor. That is his floor. Being a player like Hito Turkoglu is his floor. 2008 Hito Turkoglu, almost 19 points a game, like 6 rebounds, 6 or 7 assists, being a point forward who can shoot 40% from 3. He's got the speed. I love him. He's a lot more athletic than Hito Turkoglu. He's a lot more evolved. I love his game. I just love his game. The Cleveland Cavaliers now take Obi Toppin. And you're thinking, why would they take Obi Toppin? Why do we need Obi Toppin? I didn't think we would need Obi Toppin. So, you guys do have Kevin Love. Obi Toppin can learn from Kevin Love how to play the same position, learn some traits. Or you get rid of Kevin Love for some draft picks and immediately put Obi Toppin there next to Darius Garland and Colin Sexton. Obi Toppin will stretch the floor for the team, whoever's playing at the center position, either if that's going to be Tristan Thompson or Andre Drummond. Those guys are just get rebounds back to the basket. You have Obi Toppin to space the floor and spread the ball. Great player. So Atlanta, I say Onek Kongu. Onek Kongu, they already have a guy like DeAndre Hunter who's similar to Isaac Okoro and Devin Vassell that they don't need. Clint Capella's a great player, but Clint Capella's got maybe 2 or 3 years left on his deal, and it's $17 million a year. You get a player who is almost as good as Clint Capella is as of right now, and who has a potential to be better than Clint Capella, in Onek Kongu. Onek Kongu on multiple lists is a top 5 player in this draft. He's a great player. His floor is a 2016 Bismack Biyombo, a guy who will get you at least 8, 9 points, 10 points a game with 10 to 12 rebounds with 2 blocks and a steal and a half a game. That's if his offensive game never develops. If his offensive game develops, you got a guy who's a defensive prowl while also being an offensive stud, which I do see his range developing to somewhere. So for Atlanta, you have a replacement for Clint Capella if you draft Onek Kongu. You got your future replacement right there waiting in line, who you could trade Clint Capella for some capital and then, start in a year or so, Onek Kongu. So now Detroit, they don't have defense. They don't have where's the D, bro? And Dwayne Casey loves players like Isaac Okoro. And Dwayne Casey's a perfect coach to develop Isaac Okoro into a good offensive stud. Isaac Okoro has the chance to be the next 2011-2014 version of Andre Iguodala. He's this Andre Iguodala type player in him where he could be almost a 20-point scorer with being one of, if not the best defender in the NBA at some point in his career. So with that being said, do you believe, I personally do believe that Isaac Okoro and Dwayne Casey is a perfect fit in Detroit. Put him next to Blake Griffin. They're not going to go big man. They have a big man. They're not going to go point guard because right now, maybe they'll get back into the round or in free agency. They'll get a backup for Derrick Rose. But they need defense. And Isaac Okoro will instantly instill that. Firmly believe that. Now, with the 8th pick, we got New York Knicks drafting Killian Hayes. So the New York Knicks need a point guard. They haven't had a great point guard in a long time. And you know what? The New York Knicks are scared to take a player like Tyrese Halliburton or RJ Hampton. Because even though they might have a higher upside than Killian Hayes is the safest bet in the point guard position in this whole entire draft. Even safer bet than LaMelo Ball. With Killian Hayes, you know what you're getting. You're getting a Mike Conley, Tony Parker type player who could be an immediate starter for your team. His floor is very high, though his ceiling isn't as high as his floor, if that makes sense. Other players have higher ceilings, but they don't have as high as floors. So Killian Hayes, all in all, you'll know what you're getting with Killian Hayes, who's a player all around above average, but he's not especially good at something. He doesn't have a skill that he's specifically good at. There's nothing there that specifically makes him a good player. So with that being said, I think personally the New York Knicks don't want to take any risks. They've lost out on Dennis Smith Jr. He didn't work out. You saw how it went for Frank Ntilikina. They're going to take Killian Hayes. Though I could see them being scared with the foreign prospect because of Frank Ntilikina and them taking Tyrese Halliburton. With that being said, if that does happen, you just would see those picks flip-flop. Anyway, now Washington. I've said in multiple mock drafts that I firmly believe Tyrese Halliburton is going to be drafted by the Washington Wizards. And I still would not be surprised if Tyrese Halliburton, who is post-injury Sean Livingston with a jump shot, if he didn't prefer to drive into the game. They have the same exact physical profile. The only difference in their game is that it's post-injury version Sean Livingston, who doesn't like to drive to the basket or take mid-range jumpers, who rather take a three-pointer. So either way, I've been saying that he would go to Washington because we don't know when John Wall's going to be back. And he could play John Wall's position, and then when John Wall comes back, he could go to the 3 position and play point forward. And I still believe that could happen, but no. I think Devin Vassell has gone flying up the draft boards, and I think he's been called the more athletic Klay Thompson. I say he's a mix of Klay Thompson and I made a video about this the other day, and I did really think about this. I'm trying to think of a defender, and it's just blanking my mind on who it should be. But he reminds me of somebody else with Klay Thompson. And I just think he's a better fit next to John Wall, Bradley Beal, Devin Vassell, Mo Wagner, and Thomas Bryant. It's just a better fit, I think, Devin Vassell there. Now, the Phoenix Suns would love to get Killian Hayes. Would have loved to get Killian Hayes. And I think they would have. They've even said, damn, now we can't get Killian Hayes because let Ricky Rubio play the season out, teach his trade to Killian Hayes, who's also another Euro player. And if Killian Hayes does slide down there, he's going to get drafted by the Phoenix Suns. I don't doubt that. And I know the Phoenix Suns love Killian Hayes, and Killian Hayes would love to play for the Phoenix Suns. Just a perfect situation to put next to Devin Booker. But no, he's not going to be there. So Tyrese Halliburton would go there and be that point guard of the future next to Devin Booker, and Ricky would learn the way through Ricky Rubio, who's a perfect guy to learn through. I've been saying this next pick for a while. Precious Achiuwa wasn't hyped up as much as he should have. Then James Wiseman only played 3 games and left. And Precious Achiuwa broke up and became the main player for the Memphis Tigers. He's a long arm, 6'11" guy. And, if you bring him in, you're able to kick LaMarcus Aldridge to the 4, so you can wreak havoc against other smaller 4s. And Precious Achiuwa just be the rebounder guy, work on his game. But you could get immediate minutes from Precious Achiuwa due to the fact that he would be your starting center. And I think he's a perfect San Antonio Spurs pick. I love him. I think he's perfect for the Spurs, and I know the Spurs would love it. So, with the next pick, I could see the Sacramento Kings and New Orleans switching. Just it comes down to who likes more. So, Pat Williams is the most athletic small forward. I think he could be even more dangerous if a team would move in the power forward. Just his freak. Just a freak athlete. Like, Devin Vassell and Pat Williams are the 2 best FSU players on that team in this draft. I think they're the only 2, but I digress. Pat Williams is just this freak athlete who can jump out the gym, and he has all the physical profile skills needed to be a all-NBA defender at some point in his career, but he also has shown all the intangibles and fundamental skills needed to be a great scorer in this league, and he's just one coach away from being able to be an all-star by his 34th season. I truly believe that. Aaron Nesmith reminds me a lot of who I'm not Devin. Yeah, Aaron Nesmith and Devin Vassell are like very similar players in the sense that, and so is Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey not as much as Aaron and Devin, but Devin is a better defender, but not as good as a scorer as Aaron is, and Aaron's a better scorer, but not as good as a defender. But he has the physical traits needed to be a good defender. So if it was like 2K ratings, Devin Vassell will be like 77 on offense and a 79 on defense, while Aaron Nesmith is like a 79 on offense and a 77 on defense. They both have potential on both sides, and they're just a good fit for New Orleans. Just throw that in there next to Brandon Ingram and Drew Holiday and Lonzo and Zion Williamson. That's just a good guy to have in there to stretch the floor for y'all. And finally, with the last pick, just seems like Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics love the space, the floor, love having these lanky players. And RJ Hampton might be listed as a point guard, but he's a shooting guard with point guard-like skills. All right, what that means is he is meant to play the shooting guard's position, but he will be able to play point guard in a pinch, and he has skills like a point guard. But he's 6'5". And imagine having a lineup of Kemba Walker, RJ Hampton, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and whoever they play at center. That's wild. And I think Brad Stevens is the perfect coach to utilize RJ Hampton correctly. So let me know down below if you did stay to the end of the video and what you thought of this mock draft that I made. As always, guys, I hope you guys do have a great day, because I know I will. Till next time, guys. Peace out.